The biggest complaint with Black Ops 6 Zombies is how much it feels like Warzone, and honestly, I think one of the main reasons for that is the HUD. This HUD is ripped right from multiplayer. I mean, even the gobble gums are literally just multiplayer score streaks. So today, I'm gonna fix that. To create a great HUD, we first need to figure out what made the older ones so amazing. And if you really think about it, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, what did all these HUDs have in common? They were simple, clean, and fit the art style perfectly. They showed as much information as necessary, but with the least amount of clutter, and they looked beautiful while doing all of that. And I'm going to do my best to make this new HUD follow those same 3 key principles: simplicity, clarity, and style. Hopefully we can turn it from a clunky multiplayer HUD into an iconic Zombies HUD. If you've seen my past video, you may have seen that I made this HUD in 20 minutes. This was like a challenge. I wanted to see how good I can make a HUD in 20 minutes, but I want to very severely upgrade this because this has some big issues to me now that I'm looking back at it. So I started off by grabbing this image of Black Ops 6 Zombies with no HUD at all, just this simple image. And the first thing I wanted to add is the round counter. We're gonna put it in the bottom left corner, just like how every Zombies game had it prior to Black Ops 4. The next thing I did was put ammo on there. I just put this text of "that's your clip, that's your reserve," but it looks weird just floating there. So we're gonna put this red blood stain here. I think that looks really good. It's kind of like modern Call of Duty, but it's also brings back memories of prior Call of Duties. And what we're gonna do with this is, as you upgrade your weapon rarity, it goes from red to green to blue to purple and to gold. The gold's kind of a wrong color, but just give me a break, okay? So I think that's a really good way that we can implement the weapon rarities. That's not too distracting. Just change the color of the blood, but we're gonna stick with the red for now. Since I was messing with the blood stain, I realized, how are we gonna tell what tier pack-a-punch you have? Now, personally, I think you should just tell by the camo that your weapon has, but people would disagree with me with that. So instead, we're gonna add this little skull with the Roman numeral next to it. As you can see, we have pack-a-punch tier 1, and that Roman numeral would go up to 2 and 3, obviously, as you continue to pack-a-punch the weapon. Now we need to see our lethals and tacticals. The best, cleanest, simplest way to do that is just how they used to do it. Just stack them up in the bottom of the screen. I did not do tacticals, but it would be the exact same thing. You could also do it, if you want to do it an alternate way, put them in the exact same spot, just put a single grenade down there and put a little 4 next to it. That would also work. But we don't need boxes for everything. That's one of my biggest complaints. We don't need a box for everything. The next thing we need to do is field upgrade. Now, the best way for field upgrade to me is just make it a small little thing in the bottom right corner, such as that. As you can see, there's Ether Shroud right there. Takes up almost no room. The yellow bar, that's for when it's full, obviously. That would go down once you used it. I think that looks really clean. It takes up very little space on screen. It doesn't look cluttered. I think that's the best way that they can do it. Now, we know you can hold 3 gobble gums in this game. So you might be thinking, well, what's the best way to hold the gobble gums? They have it look like this, where it has this terrible box around it the whole entire time. I think a better way to do it, stack them like that. Have them rotate around each other. So you hit up on the D-pad, and then Phoenix up would slide up, and Perkaholic would go back, and it just spins like that. Similar to how in Infinite Warfare you switch through your Fate and Fortune cards. I think this would be a really good way to do gobble gums. There's no big, huge box around it like they do now for some reason. I think it looks clean, very simplistic, but it also looks very good at the same time. Now, to finish up the bottom right corner, we have score streaks. Score streaks are still a thing in this game, obviously, and I think that the best, simplest, cleanest way to actually implement them is to literally just put them in the corner with a little arrow. We don't need a big yellow box around it. We don't need nothing like that. Just put them in there with the arrow. I think it's fine. Looks simple, looks sleek, looks good. Next, we're gonna add the perks. This is really simple to me. Put the perks in the bottom left. I think that's the best spot for them. It's out of the way. It's simple. It's easy. Just put them back where they used to be. You can even have a setting if you want to put them back in the middle, but I think for the default, they should just be on the left side. I think it just looks the best. Now you may be thinking, how do you know how many points you have? And boom, I made this thing right here. We got the pictures of all the characters, and we got our points. I think it looks really sleek, really good, just like how it used to look in Black Ops 3, which Black Ops 3 had the best HUD for this specific part, in my opinion, for points. I like to be able to see my portrait to identify who I am quickly. I think this would make the game even better because you could just have a portrait for each operator. That would look so cool. It would make people want to buy operators more, even because, you know, it's just more customization. The whole team would be able to see, oh, look, he's that operator from, you know, across the whole map. But now you may be thinking, well, what about armor? How are we going to see armor? This is what I did for the armor and health bar. We have a simple health bar at the bottom, 3 armor slots at the top, and a little tiny armor plate to show you how much armor you have. I think that this conveys the idea of armor and health perfectly. I personally don't think that you need a health bar in Zombies. However, if you would like a health bar, I think that's the perfect way to do it. We don't need a little number next to it to show the amount of health. We just want the bar. Just the bar, it works perfectly. I think that looks really good, really clean, really simple. And lastly, for the HUD, I wanted to show what it would look like when people radio you, such as Peck, and boom, just pop it up right there. Strike team, you gotta get me out of this room, or whatever he's gonna say, and then boom, it goes away. It doesn't need to be in the middle like it is for some reason in the HUD. It's like over here. Like, why? Why is it there? I think this is actually a very good HUD. I tried my absolute hardest. I spent a lot of time on this HUD. It's not perfect. Some issues that I'm sure people will have with it, and if you don't like it, well, that's fine. But I want to put it over some actual gameplay, some moving gameplay, to just see what that looks like, because I think that will look very, very good. Oh yeah, look at this HUD, man. This looks really, really good in my opinion. There's a few things that I would change. Maybe the perks are a little big, but other than that, man, I really love this regardless, I think this fixes literally the biggest problem with Black Ops 6 is that it doesn't look like zombies, is what everyone says. You would never get this confused for multiplayer right here. You would never get this confused for Warzone. This looks like zombies. It has that feeling. It has the aesthetic. And I think it conveys everything it needs to in a more simple way. We still have the health bar. We still have the armor. We still have the rarity. We still have the pack-a-punch counter. We still have the gobble gum. We still have the score streaks. We still have the field upgrades. Everything is there, but it's in a more simple way that this right here is definitely possible. They could definitely make something like this very easily, in my opinion. It's just a matter of, will they do it? We don't know. We have to wait and see. I think they will, honestly. I think that there's been so much pushback with the HUD that there's a good chance they will actually change it before release. I have seen so much controversy about the HUD. So many people are complaining, and rightfully so, in my opinion. You know, they can do a much better job than what they did. It's just a fact. They simply can. I mean, I made this in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Imagine what they could do. I mean, I don't have any sort of graphic design experience, any game development experience, nothing at all. But yet I still made something that I think is quite good, honestly. And I think it looks like zombies. It fits zombies. I think this fixes multiple issues I have with the actual game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Did I ruin it? Did I make it way better? What do you guys think in the comments? And if you want to see me discuss the good in Liberty Falls, because I believe that there actually is some good things on that map, you can click on this video right here. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.